Welcome back to the Hyperbolic Game Developing Chamber. This is a chamber designed to stamp out games, basically the McDonald's. I'm the Henry McDonald's of game development. We're going to figure out how to make the burger or the game as simple as possible and make every person a part of the machine replaceable. But that's just a joke, but this is Gamedev. So here we are back once again. More devs to game and more games to dev. Things have been going very well recently. But what's even better is that we have a comment from one of our legendary humans, as usual, Botea Public. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Why don't you just make your game dev channel the same as your main? You should just merge them. I think that's definitely what has happened. I basically stopped posting on the game dev channel. Mostly because I do the daily stuff and it's hard to give. I had planned for the other channel to make different types of content, but do not have the brain power to do it. So I think we're just gonna go deep into the game dev thing. We're just gonna offload it on one channel, so hopefully it just makes sense somehow. But in the grand scheme, nothing really makes sense anymore. But yeah, I appreciate the comment, and I think that is kind of the goal going forward. But things have been going very well with the game. I should probably make a cool intro about what I'm working on, but like the cool game dev feel. But the goal is to make the content easy to make as possible. So the effort to daily ratio has to be palatable. So yesterday we had a nice 30-minute session. I think it's been cool to see what can really be done with just 30 minutes a day. So glad to see that the project progress is constantly being made. I'm hoping that I'm off Thursday and next week that there'll be some serious progress made. I'm thinking we're gonna finish it because I think we're almost at day 11 or day 12. So it'd be cool to finally have something done. And it's pretty crazy because it doesn't even feel like it feels way longer than 12 days ago. But we already have something kind of cool. So feel strong, man. So I think that's the goal. And yeah, I think we're gonna try and stream. Maybe we'll kick off the stream going forward too. Maybe that'll be the wave. So that'd be pretty cool. So maybe we'll have an announcement for that next week. That'd be pretty cool. But other than that, I think we're just gonna jump into the daily game dev action. So we have a nice thick 30 minutes here. We're making some good progress. Right, yesterday we mainly were able to swap out. In the past, we were using a literal text component to make sure that when words are rendered, that they're rendered in a way that makes sense. Now we've swapped them out for 6 or n components based on the word. This Europe used to be 1 component. Now it's 6 components. Right now we can delete the word separately. But if we type E, we'll see that the old component is still rendered on top of it. So that is what we're going to be fixing today. So to get started on that, I think you're going to have to turn off when a typable is selected. We're going to have to pause on enabling the background action so that when we do shoot something, we just see that the other one is now layered on top of it. And then from here, I think what we're also seeing is that we used to have something, if we have typable text in here, we used to have a display next state. So I think what we need to do going forward is, instead of displaying the next state, which was a text array that we kept in memory, I think what we're going to do instead is simply on hit delete the we'll still keep the array, but it's not going to be a state array. It's just going to be an array of letter entities. So when we build the word, if letter entities, right, assumes letter entities were added in the same order as, assumes letter entities are stored in the same order the word is typed, right? So I'm gonna pretty much mark everywhere we had display states, and we're gonna shift. So where we had display, where we have build. We used to have something called build word. Oh, it is right here. We have build word for each entity that we have. We're going to say this dot letter entities dot push entity. Now we have the entity, and then we can go back to looking for display states. So when we handle a key, right, we typically push something on here, right, to be handled. Now we don't really need what's happening here with the params versus the original word and the current word. Right, so now we can say, get something with display next state, which we used to call, I think if we go, if we look for it, we actually don't have any other calls. Did I just delete it? This display next state function, I think we used to call when something particular has happened. So let's just take a look. Right, when you take a single hit, we display the next state, or we can say text data that remove next letter. So we can change this to remove next letter, and then we'll say, right, if this dot letter entities dot length equal to 0, return, right. And we did have to add a space in front to retain the original character position. Fix me, we don't need to have this space prefix code anymore when letter is destroyed. Right, so we don't need the space prefix action anymore. And similarly, we don't need to keep track of typeable hits taken. I think we literally added hits taken. Oh no, it is being used in another place, so can delete this. What we're really just trying to do is just say entity equals this dot letter entities dot shift, take an element off the front, right, and then we're just gonna say entity dot destroy. And then I'm gonna make sure that we have no remaining bits about that. And then I think we should just be able to refresh the page and type opportunity, right? And we can see that the letters remove themselves. We are having a little bit of an issue because I'm shooting one word, I'm shooting something else, and I'm shooting a separate thing and other things are disappearing. You can see it here. I press R, E, S, E, T. So something else is going on here. we're just gonna print removing element dot text. And if we go into the console, we should see that this makes sense. Makes sense in the beginning. Now I type N, and this is removing E. $59. So this is a little strange. I wonder if it's the shift portion. If we just say this dot letter entities sub-zero dot destroy and this dot letter entities dot shift, maybe it's that the array isn't safe. Maybe this array is being modified quickly. Well, let's see. We can remove the next letter by simply taking an offset of this dot original word dot length minus and we can calculate an index, and we can just say this dot letter entities so idx dot element dot text. Then we calculate the index. We have 8 letters. Let's say we have a 4-letter word. We want to remove the first index, so we could just say hits taken -1 would give us the index that we're looking for, I'm pretty sure. So as soon as we maybe if we wrap it, it's possible that we destroy the entity right before we remove the actual letter that we can destroy. Go back to console, grab a couple more. No, it literally does not matter. I'm gonna refresh, stay in sources, and I'm pretty sure if I push D now, right now if I do W, we should get an error. Right, entity is empty. I see the problem now. All the entities are living on text, and we find this dot entity defined by name. I think my internet's gone out. Not sure what's going on there, but Typable text data. Text. Should be on the typable itself that it's looking for this on, but we seem to be ending up in a place. So you create the typable. I think I see what's happening. I think if I remove this instance, everything should fall apart. Yeah, there seems to be nothing. Also unclear why I have to do entity.find and typable, because the entity has a top level element. Then we have the setup. I'm going to say something like this: adding letter to entity ID and then saying text.id. That way we can see exactly what's going on here. So this keeps getting added to what entity? Maybe we can check the GUID. Well, I think it's being added to the same element. Oh, there's being added to different ones. And then we type C once. Oh, this was the T that we removed. We type PRI. As soon as I type L, you can't even get this out. It's clear that they're being added to different ones, so I'm going to remove that piece. Let's see, R, U, N, and then P. Okay, so it looks like the entity but for some reason you can only remove the first one. Yeah, for some reason this dot letter entity is being shared across. So instead of them each having their own. Maybe it's because the way play canvas works. No, it doesn't make any sense. We have arrays of objects in other places. We have ID to typeable, but we only have to make one of these. Maybe what we literally need to do is bring this down into here. Yeah, so that is interesting. I guess that's a play canvas fact. There's a way we've been conceptualizing the scripts that definitely is not how they work. So I think that's fine though. And I think we just have to remove typeable text data. 31. And looks like that's a wrap for today.